Hey guys, I'm hanging out with my buddy Reptile Riff here, guys.
That's me.
And we're about to see his super cool Caiman. We gotta clean out this tub right here, so we're gonna take the Caiman out, and you guys are gonna get to learn about him. And
Sandstorm, Spectacled Caiman, beautiful animal, almost 4 foot. That's okay.
Oh, you got him.
Easy, bud.
Maybe.
Yeah, trying to balance him. Easy, bud. There you go.
Ooh, you can see those teeth right there?
Yeah.
You can see that guy?
Caiman have massive teeth for the size of their body. You know, alligators, the teeth to body size ratio is, gators usually have much smaller teeth for their size. And
no, he's got some big old teeth. You can see those teeth right there, guys. I'm gonna zoom in on those for you guys to see.
so Caiman, yeah, they have beautiful big eyes, they have big teeth, and they have narrow jaws so they can move fast in the water. And if you can see that they actually have rounder bellies.
Yeah,
so that
I did notice that. He's got a little bit more around the belly.
Now that's not, you know, because he's, having fun at the bars at night, you know,
Yeah,
and it's not a beer gut.
Beer belly.
That's not a beer belly. That is just how their ribs grow. They're naturally larger in the center as opposed to gators that have a very rectangle shaped stomach. This is a barrel shaped like a croc, so that helps him thrash and do a full turnaround with less energy when he's turning around to grab something and they're in the mud. So he has a fat midsection and skinny nose and skinny tail, so that helps him with throwing his weight and turning and spinning a full 360.
Very cool, dude.
So,
well, how old is he?
So he's, he was actually wild caught. So
really? You caught him from the wild?
No, I didn't catch him. So this is actually a member of the Everglades Outpost Wildlife Rescue. But he was entrusted under my care as a volunteer of the facility. Now this is an animal that was actually brought by one of the trappers that goes and actually catches the crocodilian. Okay, so they brought this here about 2 years ago, and I've been taking care of him ever since. He was about 2 foot, and now he's almost 4 foot. So quite a big difference in size here. Now if you look right at his tail, you can actually see that that's a little gray spot at the end. So a gator,
very end, yeah, yeah.
Gator actually ripped his tail off at a facility, that he was at right before he came here.
Oh wow!
And it's
so
been growing back. Gators and crocs can't do that, but caimans can. That's called autotomy.
Whoa, look at that.
So that'll slowly grow back over a few years.
Yeah, so this guy right here is growing back that tail.
Like a lizard.
Will it look totally the same and perfect at the end, or will it kind of look a little different?
It's going to look a little deformed, but it's gonna have the top scutes back and everything.
It's going to have scutes and all.
Yeah, but it'll all be cartilage. None of it, there will be no bone in the center, maybe a little bit of muscle tissue, but that's it.
That's a super cool feature of these guys.
Yeah. Now on gators, they have on the back of their neck the scutes. These are called the nuchal scutes on the back of the neck of the crocodilian. And this is a caiman, cousin of the gator, right? So you usually have small, medium, and large scutes on the back of a gator's neck. But on a caiman's neck, you have large, medium, small. So the largest ones are closest to the head, and then they go smaller as they go back. That helps their flexibility when they need to turn around, flip their head to the side, and grab something that's coming up behind them, like my face. So now he's kind of getting used to this, but he's not a tame animal. Do not try this on your own. This caiman can totally freak out and rip me apart right now, but I fully expect that to happen, so that's why nobody cares. Okay. And I'm being pretty responsible.
Caiman have a more feisty personality than alligators. So you've been working with this caiman for some time. Even the way you're holding it, when you try to pick up him, you don't want him to feel like he's threatened when you're picking up. You want him to kind of get used to, hey, I'm getting picked up, it's no big deal.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Go for that head, behind the head grab right away. That's why you usually try to do the scoop.
Right, the scoops are usually better to keep their demeanor relaxed. Now right now he's feeling a little unbalanced, a little uneasy. So I just gotta kind of lift him up like that. Just kind of get his head back. Proper blood flow to the brain. Okay, too much blood flow is not a good thing. It freaks him out, makes him think that a predator is grabbing them. Look at his eyes. So beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at those eyes, guys.
Isn't he pretty?
I think they got some of the prettiest eyes.
They do, and they actually have larger eyes and thinner heads, which means they have almost little to no blind spot compared to that of alligators.
So in front, they're still going to see pretty good.
Absolutely.
So
There's
one
no
thing I
blind spot in
noticed,
front.
And I did a video with a Cayman out at Colorado Gators. One thing I noticed with these guys is, so when they're kind of doing their protective display, they'll splash water up in your face.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah.
they must see pretty good if they're going to splash water up in your face and still come at you, right?
Yeah, that's actually, so some lizards will do that with sand. They'll use their tail to flick sand into the eyes of a predator. Caiman will do the same thing just with muddy water. It's actually a very intelligent thing to do.
Yeah, and it's totally different than what alligators do. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes they will splash you, but it's not
intentional.
calculated the way they're doing it. Not
That's
at all.
right.
And so that's really cool about this guy.
That's right. Now, one way you can tell that he's calming down, so alligators, crocs, and Caiman, like Sandstorm here, they actually do have body language and behavior that you can read. So one of the ways you can tell he's a lot more relaxed now is not anything from necessarily like him smiling or frowning.
Oh, he's totally got a smile going on right now.
So funny. That's just his face. He's just a cutie. But what you can see is how open is his jaws. How open are his jaws? Not very right now. And that's very different from when I first initially grabbed him up.
Yeah, so he was more defensive mode right then.
Yes, absolutely. So right now he's a lot more relaxed, and I kind of loosen up my grip with him. You see how his legs are kind of relaxing a little bit. It's dropping.
Yep.
So that's where all the muscle is.
You can actually feel the tension when he starts to be like, hey, I might change
This
my
thing
mind.
will lock up like a rock and freak out and go. So yeah. Now if you zoom up on his face a little bit, you can see that there's actually a ridge in between the eyes, a bone ridge, and that's called. That's just the ridge called. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. But that's the bone ridge right between their eyes, and that's why they call them spectacled caiman, because from a face-on view, it looks like it's an animal wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Just like I am, actually. He's a chip off the old block.
You guys are twins.
That's right. He just needs to grow some hair.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, guys. That's it. We're gonna clean out his enclosure. We're gonna give him a little bit of a scrub down. He's got some dirt on his back, no problem. He's pampered.
Very cool. How old do you think he is?
Rough estimate, I would say he's at least 9 years old.
Probably 9 years old.
Yeah, because they grow a lot slower than alligators do, and he grew a lot last year. And in about a year and a half's time, he's almost grown a full 1.5 feet.
And that's the other thing. These guys do not grow as big as alligators. What do you think the max size this boy's going to get?
So I've looked it up online multiple times. I've talked to multiple experts because ever since I've been in charge of this guy and his care, I've done my research. So most male spectacled caiman will reach actually upwards of 7, even almost 9 feet long.
See, I would have been guessing about maybe 7 feet would be pretty big for this guy.
And that's average, and that's a normal size for a almost full grown male spectacled caiman. So you'd be absolutely right. It's just it's like saying how big can people get?
Yeah.
People can be up to 8 feet.
There's some people like Andre the Giant that
Exactly.
were huge. Yeah.
So those are the outliers we're talking about. The Andre the Giant or the Shaquille O'Neal of caiman are probably going to be almost 9 foot.
Yeah.
All the normal ones are going to be 7 foot. And then the females usually don't get past 5.5, maybe 6 foot long. Albert, right? Yeah. It's actually a larger, she's very pretty. It's a female spectacled caiman we actually have here at the outpost that's in with a bunch of alligators.
Yeah, in some of my feeding videos, I think you guys might have said that guy.
Dude.
Well, she.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's all right. They don't speak English.
I'm gonna use a gender neutral guy.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, cool. So, okay, guys, we got to go ahead and
Say
get this
bye.
all. Yep. Yeah, say bye. All right, we got to get this all cleaned here. Get all this algae. Get that nice poo out of there.
That's right.
I think Tyler's probably gonna make me do that.
Yep. Yep. I gotta contain him over here.
All right.
You gonna put him in your cage over there?
I could, but he doesn't really seem like he's up for it. He seems a little upset.
Yeah.
Man, he's acting pretty feisty today.
All right.
Oh, there you go, the professional scooper.
Yeah, I don't have the real tools, man. So here you go, guys. Everybody's like, "Oh, I wish I had your job."
Oh man, that's a nice taco.
Ooh, yeah, I know, right?
Hey, that's better quality than Taco Bell if you ask me.
I'm gonna open up my own restaurant here pretty soon. All right, we're gonna get rid of this thing. Rub this guy down. Oh, watch out.
Easy. I think he's just got to pee. Usually when he freaks out for like no reason, it's because he really has to pee, and he doesn't like doing that while I'm holding him. You can see he's kind of bulging out right now. Oh, his cloacas up? Yeah, so he wants to pee. That's probably what it is. Easy, bud. It's okay. You can pee. I don't mind. Charles, how's it looking over there, man?
It's a wax on.
Wax off.
Wax off, buddy.
Right.
This is what it's all about right here.
His daddy raised him right.
Take my shoes off and get down to business.
Oh man, you don't want ringworm or I don't know.
Man.
You don't want no poop virus or something.
I know, right? I am the next outbreak, guys, right here. Patient 0. Straight from the Cayman turd. All right, so here's the deal, guys. Tyler has to scrub this guy down too. So we got the tub totally clean.
That's right. It looks great. Charles did an excellent job.
Yeah, there's still a few spots where it's kind of scuffed up, but it looks pretty darn clean.
It's pretty good.
If I do say so myself.
You may.
But here's the thing. Tyler still needs to scrub the back of this guy because he's got some algae on his back.
Yeah, he's got a little dirt. He's got a little algae in his fingers. You know, this and that.
Yeah, so we're gonna do scrub dub Cayman in the tub.
That's right. That's right. So I'm just gonna try to put him down as gently as possible without him whipping around and biting me in the head. Okay. Now usually as soon as I put him down, he tries to make a run for it. Where's the scrub pad? Thank you, sir.
Scrub pad.
All right, so I'm gonna get him a little bit wet. Just wash him off a little bit, get him nice and soaked. All right. Oh, there you go. This is where a lot of the algae builds up, is in between the bone scutes on the back. These are the armor plates that keep him protected when another caiman decides to rip or tear into him. Or if he comes across an Orinoco crocodile, which they're in the same territory. Spectacled Caiman actually have one of the largest territories of any individual in the Alligatoridae family. So caiman are not completely distant from gators, but distant enough where they are considered a completely different group of animals. But they're closer related to gators than they are to crocodiles. Even though they do have, the phenotypes, the physical attributes of a croc, they actually have more.
They actually do look a little bit more crocodile.
That's right, they do.
And they're fast like the crocs.
They have smaller arms. They have less webbing in between their toes.
Is much more.
Yes, they have narrower snouts, and they have more barrel-shaped bodies than an alligator does, very similar to a crocodile. Now, this is not the first time I've done this with Sandstorm. I've done this with him about, 3 or 4 times. Just every few times we clean, we just like to, you want to move.
He's being really well behaved.
He's being really well behaved. He knows what's going on, but that doesn't mean that that's going to last forever. And I'm ready for him to just turn around and grab me by the arm. A caiman at this size is actually strong enough, it'll surprise you to know this, he can actually rip my hand off. If he really grabbed my hand in the right spot and just started death rolling and going nuts, he could. But it's not likely to happen every time you do something dangerous. But that's why I just, Charles and I want to remind you, just please be careful about doing this kind of stuff on your own.
Just because you see something on one of my videos doesn't necessarily mean you should try it.
That's right, that's right. Got to get those hard to reach places.
Yeah, because sometimes it's a skill level thing, and sometimes it's just one of us being foolish.
That's right, that's right, that's right. You don't want to do foolish stuff.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, Tyler's got a lot of skill, but he is definitely taking a little risk here.
That's right.
With the way he's interacting with his caiman. Alright. I've cleaned some caiman tubs where the caiman are not this nice. This is amazing that you've worked with him that much.
Yeah, man, I really love him a lot. I want to take the best care of him I possibly can. He's been entrusted to my care, so, I want to do a good job. The outpost, Everglades Outpost is done right by me, so, I want to do a good job. And thank you so much, by the way, for helping me clean this tub, man, because, other than that, I'd have to tape him up, which would make him not trust me, and then I would have to throw him in a container.
Doing this.
What's that?
To do this the right way, it's a 2-person job.
The perfect way is a 2-person job. I could tape him up and throw them in a container, and you know that's like the fastest way to do it by yourself or whatever.
But that's not going to give him the personality traits that you really want long term.
Exactly. I want him to trust
for
the person.
education,
yes,
and things like that, where you can pick him up and then show him.
That's
and not
exactly right.
Have him taped either. You know, be able to show that he's got teeth and be able to show what you can do with a caiman.
Exactly, and also to show the intelligence of the animal, that he can understand what's going on. If I tried that with the wild caiman that just got brought in, I would have gotten, a big chunk of my forearm ripped out just now in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Which, maybe that's what you clicked on this video for.
Very, very cool. And so Reptile Riff has a YouTube. It's called Reptile Riff.
Reptile Riff.
He also does swamp tours and all kinds of cool stuff.
With Expedition South Florida, and I do venomous snake shows for Billy Swamp Safari.
Venomous snake shows.